among his people, because he hath given of his seed unto Moloch, to defile my sanctuary, and to profane my holy name.
And to profane my holy name. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And if the people of the land do any ways hide their eyes from the man, when he giveth his seed unto Moloch, and kill him not, then I will set my face against that man, and against his family, and will cut him off, and all that go a whoring after him, to commit whoredom with Moloch, from among their people.
From among their people. So back then, you had a remnant of our people who was looking to give their children up for sacrifice to Moloch and worship the deities of Moloch. For those who don't know who Moloch is, or the god of Moloch, he's the god of the elite, ancient Babylonian, satanic Canaanite, ancient Canaanite deity, the owl. They have one in Bohemian Grove in San Francisco, where they do a mock child sacrifice to Moloch. It's called the cremation of care. This is where all your elites, your government officials, all the top sorcerers go there. They go there in reference to their god. This is the god it's speaking of. It's an ancient Canaanite deity that was worshipped also in Babylon. Okay, so when you see the all-seeing owl, or the owl, O-W-L, it's indicative of Moloch. An owl can see in the dark. So they're supposed to be the illuminate ones who can, even though everyone is walking in darkness, you have some amongst our population who can actually see what's going on, and they're controlling the satanic governments and powers of this earth. I'll read. Well, that's 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Verse 6. And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar
A familiar spirit spirits. And you had a long line of people coming to figure out what was going on, and can they talk to the dead and all those things. This is regular in society. The Most High wouldn't put these laws in the scriptures if these things were not so, if people were not dealing with these particular practices. So this is what separated the children of Israel, God, from every other gods out there. You have people now who, in these religions, they mask okay, and that is a practice. That is an actual craft. You notice they use the word craft. Mm-hmm. That is a craft. Witchcraft. And you notice actors. They say, well, I'm going to school to hone my craft. A lot of actors link in and connect to familiar spirits. You think they're acting, But all in all, they have opened themselves to that spirit. It's a craft, witchcraft. And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards. Now let's examine a wizard real quick. A wizard deals with potions. Now this is a male witch. Now your modern day wizards, believe it or not, will be your doctors. You go to them and say, well, I got this hurting and that hurting, and they write you up a potion. When really, there's nothing in this earth that the Most High have grown on this earth that cannot naturally keep you healthy. So there's a price for their potions. Usually, it's minimizing or decreasing lifespan. So there's a payment. They'll give you a quick fix, but it's for time. You see how they systematically placed all the things the Most High said don't do within society to the point where we all think it's normal? They've just integrated everything the Most High said don't do within society. This whole chapter is pretty deep, because this whole chapter magnifies the construct of Satan's kingdom. It's as if the top sorcerers and elite got together and say, well, okay, let's take Leviticus 23. Leviticus the 20th chapter, and pattern our system to accept this behavior. We're going to make everyone on this earth believe that everything the Most High said in Leviticus 20. We're going to make everyone believe that it's good to practice Leviticus 20. What verse you left off at? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Sanctify yourself.
Notice, hold up. It says, notice, it says, and I will even set my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people. So there was an Israelite dealing with familiar spirits, wizards, dealing with this all links into horoscopes, all that. They were immediately cut off from their people. Now, this, I don't want to just pass this. There's one thing I would like to say on this. There's one thing I would like to say. There's one thing I would like to make clear on this, okay? When it says here, to go a-whoring after them, and I will set my face against the soul, that soul, and will cut him off from among his people. Notice that in Christianity, and I know because I was raised a Christian, they actually dissuade you from going into the Old Testament. But yet you could be a Christian and deal with horoscopes. I know Christians that go to see people to see if a root is on them, or some type of thing is on them, or somebody put a curse on them.